Hello and thanks for joining us on Abilene's Midday. I'm Kelsey Pittman in for Joni McKinnon.
And I'm Grant TOSTERUD.
Before we get to the weather, Grant, let's talk about what's going up on Abilene Midday. Another burglar caught on camera surveillance. Police need your help and cash word could be coming your way. And with the president also demanding billions for border wall funding in next year's budget, a game of legislative chicken could be developing. But first, let's get a check on the weather.
Yes, let's do that because yesterday was pretty nice out there. Today going to be even better, so be sure to get outside and enjoy it. Let's take a look out there right now with a bird in our way on our sky cam as you look off to the east. Temperatures are in the 60s across most of the big country already. 62 here in Abilene, 59 still down in Brownwood, 59 still in Sweetwater, but it's 65 out in Eastland, 65 in Breckenridge. Brownwood, Eastland got down to freezing earlier this morning, but now temperatures are recovering pretty quickly with the help of some southwesterly winds remaining pretty light, only around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and hardly a cloud in the sky and all across Texas this morning, and we're going to enjoy these pretty quiet and warm conditions into the first half of our weekend.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. We all want a good weekend, so I'm glad to hear that.
Yep.
And now let's take a look at your local news happening right now. Hundreds of people are on a mission, filling semi-trucks full of donations as Arrow Forward and Love and Care Ministries are taking and asking for help giving back to the community this Thanksgiving. Today is the 20th annual Mission Thanksgiving, and you can help feed and clothe Abilene's homeless with donations or volunteering. We go now live to Arrow Forward. Where our Katie Garcia is joining us. Katie, how's it looking out there?
7th year doing this, but you were saying that there's a change of pace here. They're doing something different this year. Can you talk about that?
Yes, they're actually, as trucks are getting filled, normally on Saturdays they have a lot of volunteers that actually go and help unload. And this year they're actually trying to do that. So as trucks are filling, we have a lot of volunteers at their warehouse and Love and Care Ministries. They're actually unloading right now. So
and I see this is the second truck behind us that's been filled up with shoes. Can you talk about what's going to happen with these shoes?
Yes, a lot of these shoes will get cleaned up. They're for a lot of our low income and a lot of our homeless. What's really cool though, we don't really throw away anything, so shoes that we don't feel like can be used here actually go to third world countries.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
Wasted, yeah.
And can you talk about what this process has looked like and changed over the years?
Yeah, we've grown. I mean, Love and Care Ministries is a really beautiful, organization that has really focused on the homeless, but it's gone to a lot of our low income as well, and there's been a great need for that. So it's been really nice that the city, well, not just the city of Abilene, but all the local communities as well have been really stepping up and donating. So that's been nice. Every year we beat the year before, so that's always good.
Absolutely. We're definitely seeing a lot of ages, young, old volunteers, people that have been out here for a few years, and some of this is their first time. So what is it like to get to interact with these new volunteers?
It's really humbling for them to be able to feel and experience what I got to my first year. It's really neat. They're really excited, and that's what drives them. They just keep moving, and there's a lot to do. It's a very tedious job because you're doing a lot of lifting and moving, but you don't think about that stuff. You just think about where it's going.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rachel.
Absolutely.
And as you can see behind me, guys, these cars are moving in constantly. It's a great day to come out here. You can donate from anything from shoes to can to clothes, anything that will go to these people for Mission Thanksgiving. Reporting live at Mission Thanksgiving, Catherine Garcia, KRBC, Abilene's local news. Back to you, Kelsey.
Thanks, Katie. It looks like they're really getting a lot of donations, but more are always needed. Like Katie said, you can donate warm clothing, blankets, sleeping bags, food, water, toys, and monetary donations are being accepted at Arrow Forward on South 1st until 7 p.m. tonight. So remember what you're thankful for and pay it forward as this year's 20th Mission Thanksgiving. Now turning to your crime news. Abilene police are searching for a subject caught on camera burglarizing vehicles late at night. Homeowners on the 800 block of Orange Street gave police surveillance footage of the unidentified man going through a vehicle on their property. Anyone with information on the subject's identification or whereabouts is to ask to contact Abilene Crime Stoppers at 325-676-8477. All tips are guaranteed anonymous, and Abilene Police have responded to 500 vehicles burglarizing since the beginning of the year, and many of those could have easily been avoided. So to prevent accidents like this, please follow Abilene's Police Department's advice and look through your vehicle, take your belongings, or hide your belongings if you have to leave them. In Washington, it looks like the efforts to protect the Russian investigation may get some Republican support. Tracy Potts is in Washington with who's behind it, who's against it, and how that's connected to avoiding a government shutdown.
Congress is considering a law to prevent President Trump from firing Russia Special Counsel Robert Mueller.
We need to do whatever we can and whatever is in our power to do to protect Mueller and his investigation.
At least one Republican is on board.
The priority here has to be to protect the special counsel.
Another says he'll stand aside to allow a vote.
I wouldn't do anything to stop it.
Most Republicans think the law is unnecessary.
You're worried about something that might happen that hasn't happened in 16 months.
That's like saying we're not going to have a fire department until a fire starts.
President Trump unleashing on Mueller, tweeting that he's angry and highly conflicted, that the investigation is a total mess, and his team has gone absolutely nuts. Democrats want to add the Protect Mueller provision to the budget that must pass by December 7th to avoid a partial government shutdown.
We don't want to shut down the government.
Why do we even talk about shutting it down? Just keep us here 7 days, 24/7 until we fix it.
Lawmakers willing to work overtime to avoid cutting off thousands of government paychecks just before the holidays.
However, there's still no indication yet that they're planning to do it. All right, Grant, it's finally been warming up out there. It seems like the first half of the month was cold. Is that right?
That's right, Kelsey. This first part of November, a big change from what we used to in September and October. In fact, the 1st through the 15th, so yesterday, we averaged about 6.5 degrees colder than normal. Our average afternoon highs were 7 degrees colder than normal. So overall, it has been a chilly month so far. In fact, we've had 4 instances of below freezing temperatures here in Abilene, more so in other locations out there like Eastland and Brownwood, where locations are in valleys out there. You combine with that clear skies and light winds, more typical to experience as below freezing temperatures. And also another big change from September and October. We've only seen a quarter or so of an inch of rain here in Abilene, so we haven't quite seen the deluge that we've been seeing the last couple of months, but it's still adding to that fall total we've seen so far, which were record amounts. Now, an A+ for your after-school forecast. You can't miss out on this weather. You got to go outside and enjoy it because it is absolutely perfect. 71 degrees for a high this afternoon here in Abilene with plenty of sunshine out there. Wind's going to continue to remain pretty light as we head into the rest of this afternoon, even into the evening. Once that sun sets, temperatures will be a little bit slow to cool off, still in the lower 50s and upper 40s by 9 o'clock tonight. An absolutely perfect Saturday in store again. Might be a little bit breezy, but we're going to watch a cold front move through Saturday evening. It's going to bring much cooler temperatures for the second half of your weekend. I'll show you the details on that cold front coming up later. Kelsey?
Thanks, Grant. Here's what's coming up on Abilene Midday. We're taking a look at this week's movie theater releases, including some pretty fantastic beasts that will have you rolling. That coming up in Box Office Preview after the break.
You're watching KRBC Abilene Midday with Joni McKinnon and meteorologist Grant TOSTERUD.
Join me, Johnny.
It's been 7 years since the final Harry Potter film appeared in theaters, but the world he occupied lives on in the new series from author J.K. Rowling, Fantastic Beasts, rolling out its second film this weekend. Here's what Raphael Seth with a box office preview.
Join me. Johnny Depp brings his own Deathly Hallows in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. The Dark Wizard recruits magical henchmen after escaping custody. He's looking to start a holy war between wizards and muggles, but Jude Law shaves a few years off an iconic character as a young Albus Dumbledore, and the future Hogwarts headmaster implores former student Eddie Redmayne to use his Fantastic Beasts in the fight for freedom. The Crimes of Grindelwald is rated PG-13.
Oh my God.
They're adorable.
Why would you show us that?
Three's Company, Five's a Zoo in Instant Family. Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne play a couple looking to adopt a kid, but the child they choose has a brother and a sister. They don't want to separate the siblings, so the underprepared parents punch their ticket to Crazy Town. Instant Family is rated PG-13.
My husband left me the plans for his next job. All I need is a crew to pull it off.
Viola Davis learns how to get away with murder in Widows. She plays a woman in mourning after her husband is killed while committing a robbery. So when the thugs who hired her hubby for the job come after Davis, she gathers a suicide squad of other surviving spouses to pull their own job in order to live life on their own terms. Widows is rated R. That's the box office preview. Raphael Seth, NBC News.
All right, Grant, what can we expect for the weekend cold front coming through?
Well, Kelsey, Saturday is going to be the day to get outside this weekend because Sunday will bring much colder temperatures. I'll show you the details on that cold front Saturday evening and a look at your Thanksgiving Day forecast coming up next.
We flexed into a really good
Now, your KRBC Storm Team forecast with meteorologist Grant TOSTERUD.
Well, we haven't seen a cloud in the sky yet today, and that's the way it's going to stay now as we head into the rest of your Friday afternoon. Already into the lower 60s out there. 62 here in Abilene. It's going to turn into a picture-perfect afternoon today. In fact, many of us may make it into the lower 70s for your Friday, so get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather. We're still going to stay into the upper 60s tomorrow. Here comes our next cold front, though. It's going to move in Saturday evening, and this is going to drop temperatures now as we head into the second half of your weekend, only making it into the upper 40s, lower 50s if we're lucky for any of your Sunday afternoon plans. As colder air moves its way in, but our afternoon highs will continue to rebound now. Back into Monday, we'll be in the 50s again. By Tuesday, we'll already turn into the 60s, getting closer to where we should be for this time of year. Right now, we're under the influence of this high pressure that's going to be moving over near Louisiana along the Gulf Coast, but that's going to keep our skies clear even here across Texas, keeping those southwesterly winds in place as well. That's what's bringing in this warm air, and they're going to remain pretty light as we head into the overnight. So if you have any Friday night plans, they're all going to be good to go. We're going to hang on to those clear skies out there. Temperatures will be slow to cool. We'll eventually fall into the 40s across much of the big country overnight. But as we head into Saturday morning, here comes our next cold front pushing up through Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle by about 9 o'clock for Saturday morning, pushing its way into the big country by about noon, and here into Abilene right about 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We're not going to see any rain with this right away, but we will see a breezy northerly wind behind it as those temperatures drop. Could make it feel a little bit colder out there. There may be just a very small chance for a couple isolated showers in the eastern and far southeastern big country early Saturday morning. So we're just going to throw in a very small mention of a chance of an isolated shower, but otherwise I think really the entire big country is going to stay dry. Even though we have those cool temperatures Sunday, colder temperatures are in store Sunday night, early Monday morning. A possible light frost or freeze may be possible across areas of the big country, especially out towards Eastland and Brownwood. Again, they're low-lying areas with some light winds out there. We could see some freezing temperatures. I think we'll get close to that here in Abilene. Mostly clear skies out there, so as we hit Sunday night, head to bed, it wouldn't be a bad idea to take those cold weather precautions at least one more time. Again, we'll be on a warming trend after this, though. Today, get outside and enjoy the spectacular weather. By noon, we'll be pushing the mid and upper 60s already across most of the big country. Afternoon highs will top out into the lower 70s for many of us across our areas. We hang on to plenty of sunshine out there, light southwesterly winds. By 5 o'clock, though, most of our temperatures will start to return back into the mid and upper 60s once again. 71 degrees for a high here in Abilene. It's about the warmest temperature we've seen in the last week and a half or so. Plenty of sunshine out there with those light winds around 5 to 15 miles per hour, staying that way as we head through the overnight with clear skies out there. Temperatures will fall into the mid and lower 40s. That's right where we should be for this time of year. And we're already looking at our Thanksgiving Day forecast less than a week away. It's going to be perfect weather out there. Temperatures in the 60s, mostly sunny skies by lunchtime. And by you're starting to dig into that turkey, temperatures will be in the 50s out there with mostly clear skies. We'll be hanging on to this warm weather through Saturday before that cold front pushes in, cooling us off for Sunday. But we'll be back into the 60s by Tuesday and just a small chance for rain on Wednesday. Kelsey?
Thanks, Grant. Getting into this weekend sports. First place in the NFC North is on the line Sunday night on NBC, where the Chicago Bulls host Minnesota Vikings football night, and America's Mike Tirico, Tony Dugney, and Rodney Harris have the preview.
We flexed into a really good game on Sunday Night Football. The game now for the division lead in the NFC North, the Minnesota Vikings against the first-place Chicago Bears with a young quarterback who's starting to feel his way into the thick of a playoff race.
He really is. And I talked to Mitchell Trubisky this summer at the Hall of Fame game, and he was so excited about this offense. He said, I've got weapons, number one, but number two, my coach has confidence in me. He's not trying to protect me. He's letting me go. Well, he's going to be going against a great defense this week. Should be a tremendous match.
And this is the best defense. You took the words right out of my mouth that he will be facing pass rushers, experience at the linebacker, really good secondary. So
skies and coverages.
Yeah, so Mike Zimmer is definitely going to have a lot of for him.
Soldier Field, November, first place on the line. It's the way it's supposed to be in the NFC North. Bears and Vikings, Sunday Night Football. We'll see you 7 Eastern on NBC.
And heading over to the racetrack, a champion will be crowned Sunday night at Homestead Miami Speedway. It has come down to one race and just 4 drivers. Winner takes all.
History making right there. You're the man. How about this? March through it. Victory lane, baby. Woo! Yeah! Awesome job, team. Woo!
You can see the champion in action right here on NBC starting at 1 p.m. with Countdown to Green for the final race of the year. Coming up, it's the time of year for Sugar Plum Fairies, House Kings, party goers, and soldiers, a magical moment brought to life for 120 years now. We're heading to the Ballet and Coffee Club.
You're watching KRBC, Abilene's local news.
On Abilene Midday, you get the chance to sound off on our stories. Grant has your Facebook feedback for today.
That's right, Kelsey. Well, Abilene Ballet Theater's 31st anniversary of the Nutcracker ushers in the holiday season to Abilene as if it were in a dream. From Clara to the magical Nutcracker at her family's Christmas party, you're transported into another world with a battle between the mice and soldiers, the land of sweets and dancing characters from all over the world. With a cast of more than 100 students, the youngest start at just 4 years old.
The holiday tradition for the ballet grows for over years, with students who have dreamed of that role, like the Sugar Plum Fairy. Performances all weekend long at the Paramount Theater. Tickets are on sale now, but are expected to go fast. Friday, November 16th at 8 p.m., Saturday, November 17th at 2:30 and 8 p.m., Sunday, a matinee at 12:30. Well, you know, can't remember the last time I've seen a Nutcracker, so I might have to check that out.
You might have to. It's always a classic of this season.
What is everybody else saying on Facebook?
Well, you can always leave your feedback. You can just go to facebook.com/KRBCTV and leave your comments for a chance to be featured on tomorrow's show. And coming up, I'll have a final look at your 7-day forecast.
Stay with us.
You're watching KRBC, Abilene's local news.
Fast foodies rejoice. Today is National Fast Food Day, and there's a ton of deals.
And some of your favorite fast food joints here in the Big Country to help you celebrate. Most of the offers require you to download an app, use a coupon, enter a promo code, or make a purchase, so make sure you are prepared when you head to your favorite drive-thru. Arby's is offering free fries with a purchase for those craving a Whopper. Use the Burger King app and unlock some killer deals. Chick-fil-A lovers don't have to leave the house. They'll bring it to you with a new DoorDash delivery service.
Turn your hunger into a happy with Dairy Queen's new Hungry Up deal. The McDonald's app has dollar deals. Sonic has a double stacked cheeseburger and tots. Download the app and snag a free Junior Bacon Cheeseburger with purchase.
That makes me very hungry.
Yes, it does.
So I might have to go do that for lunch today.
Well, what's the weather looking like, too, for today?
Great to sit outside and have lunch. Perfect weather for it. Let's take a look at your forecast before we let you go. Temperatures out there across the Big Country moving up into the 60s for many of us. It's 66 here in Abilene, warming up very quickly as we'll make it into the lower 70s this afternoon. Warm tomorrow before a cold front pushes in, dropping us into the upper 40s Sunday. Could bring a chance for rain and cold temperatures, possibly a freeze Monday morning. But the rest of the middle of next week and into Thanksgiving looks absolutely perfect.
Well, thanks for joining us on Abilene Midday.
Have a great afternoon.
And we'll see you back here at 6 a.m. for Abilene Today.
See you then.